Ok, atención, por favor, clase. Vamos a empezar ahora en español, por favor. Atención. Gracias, muchas gracias. Welcome to Spanish Conversation class. My name is Laura Koebel. I teach Spanish at Plymouth High School, and this is my teaching. And I'm so excited. This is my first time teaching adult learners, and it's a whole different world for me to have people who are enthusiastic and wanting to be here and excited to be here. So this is very fun for me tonight. And just a little background, I studied at Plymouth High School, so I'm a graduate from there. I went on to study then at Madison to further my Spanish, and during that time lived in Barcelona and Madrid, so my accent is a little bit from Spain. I'm losing it a little bit as I'm starting to talk with more Hispanics that are coming into the area and through other travels. So, and plus the Spain accent has a lisp to it. It started from, well, they say it started from a king who used to lisp, and so everyone out of respect started lisping, and so now they have this lisp is how the story goes. But I always got teased when I would travel to other countries, so I've since kind of lost it. But that is kind of my background, where I'm coming with Spanish tonight. And I would like to know, just to help you get the most out of this class, is where you're coming from and why you're here, and you know what school you're coming from, and why do you want to learn Spanish tonight? Great, welcome. I definitely there's a similar underlying current while we're all here today, and I think you will find a lot of information, even though we won't get to probably all of it in one setting in a 3-hour or 2.5-hour class. It's a lot to cover. I put a lot of information in here for you guys to take home and refer back to. These will be great reference sheets for you to have to go back to. And you guys all mentioned just wanting to connect with a student, and that is truly my main goal for this class. When thinking about it, what do we really want to do? We want to make them feel welcome, non-English speakers, Spanish speakers, into our classroom, make them feel welcome and have those barriers dropped a little bit, just by, you know, we can smile as much as we can, but just going that further step of you know, welcoming them, asking if they need help, saying I'm here for you, knowing how to ask those questions and answer to those questions. So that is truly my main goal. On this first packet here, if you could, I tried to put them all in order, so it says goal. And my name and number, or my email is right on the front page, and please feel free to email any questions at all, or if I can send you any more information that you didn't find in this packet. I won't read through every single word, but something to look at. Just real briefly, what we're going to be covering in the class is basic rules of pronunciation. We will not have native accents. We'll just do the best we can. And what the neat thing about languages is even if you're close to the pronunciation, they'll be able to understand you, just like how you are with non-English speakers. Is you don't say, oh, that's not perfect, and then just not understand, or say, I don't get it at all. You try and you get, even though the grammar isn't perfect. So that's what we're shooting for, is just to be able to be understood, or just know the basic rules of pronunciation, so then any word you see, you will know how to pronounce it, okay? So we'll practice a lot with pronunciation. Basic greetings, how to introduce ourselves, instead of just hola, instead of just adios, knowing how to say, may you be well, have a good day. A little more in-depth greetings and goodbyes. How to express concern, to be helpful, to be welcoming. Find out information you need to know from students and parents. So little things like, did you sleep well? If you notice a child is very tired in class, not responding, you know, say, did you sleep well? Knowing how to say those things. Or how are you feeling today? More than just ¿cómo estás? You know, there's a whole list of feelings that they could be responding with, so you're aware of maybe what's going on at home while they're acting that way in school. How to create sentences and form questions. There I gave you're going to see just a basic formula. It'll be very basic, but hopefully by the end of the night you'll just be able to even take simple words and putting them into a phrase, be able to form your own questions after tonight. Looking at verb conjugation a little bit, and then just understanding key questions and answers. I put also in here some cultural information, because I think that is very, very important. It goes hand in hand with language, needing to be culturally sensitive to the various Hispanic populations that we do have. I have what is the difference between the terms Latino, Hispanic, and Chicano. I'm sure you've heard those terms, and sometimes we don't know which one to use. Hispanic is becoming more universally accepted. Latino is also. Chicano used to be a derogatory term, but now it's becoming more accepted as well, but not as often used. That is kind of more of a Mexican-American person would be called a Chicano, but now they're also using the Hispanic term as well. So Latino would be more South America and Central America too. Hispanic, more Mexico and some Central America. So just being maybe sensitive to where the student is from. Oftentimes I have to say to my students, okay, they say, I saw this Mexican the other day. So, well, did you know he was from Mexico? Did you ask him? He could have been from Honduras or El Salvador. You just don't know. So instead of that broader term Latino, maybe go into depth. Where are you from? What would you like to be called? And instead of just Latino, call them Nicaraguan or Guatemalan. Go that little step further. Culture, again, I'll just hit on some maybe main points that I want us to be aware of. The families are very close-knit. The gender roles are traditional in the family. There's often a strong moral responsibility within the family. Family days and celebrations are very important, and oftentimes students will miss school for those days. Etiquette, tend to be very formal in greeting and treatment of others. I'll explain tonight that there's a formal way of approaching someone and an informal way, so that's something to keep in mind. And I give you both options so that if you're talking to the parent coming in, you can use the formal, and then also with the child, there's the informal as well. So you can be aware of that. And that, maybe sometimes you'll slip and use the formal or informal, but that doesn't matter. Just trying it and being aware that there is a difference, I think that's a step closer to breaking down those barriers. Let's see. Okay. Religion is plays a significant role in their everyday life. Church celebrations, they're 90% Roman Catholic. Education, now let's maybe just flip to that section real quickly. Again, I mentioned being sensitive to the cultural differences among Hispanics and within the families. There'll be different activities that families do. Some will be close, some won't be close. So instead of maybe generalizing, getting to know the child and their situation at home. One thing too is that literacy often begins at school. The children don't come from a home with a lot of books or from parents reading to them. So literacy often starts when they're in the school setting. So it's often a long road to get them up to the level that they should be at, years and years and years. They're often quite lower. And the parents aren't coming in with the literacy in their first language, and certainly not the second language. So it's hard to be literate in the second language when you're not in the first. So they're trying to struggle to be literate in the first language and then, learning English along with it at the same time. So just something to keep in mind as you're thinking about your students' needs. And then I also put in a website that you can look at your leisure about more cultural tidbits for you to be aware. Okay. How many of you have had, I heard a couple say that they've had Spanish before. Can I just get a show of hands on how many have taken Spanish? Let's say they haven't taken since high school. Can I get a show of hands? Not since high school. Since college? You had it in elementary school. How many of you have never taken Spanish before? Wow. Have you taken German? Yeah. Okay, good. Okay. Wow, so we're starting from square one. So when I was thinking about that was, okay, I have 2.5 hours, what can we all cover? And I think starting, of course, with any language that I learn, that we should learn the alphabet starting off, okay? So the alphabet page, if you turn to, it's called Communicative Activities. Okay, this would be your activity packet, so have that handy all night long. Okay, it's called Communicative Activities. Like I said, we're going to be doing a lot of partner work, moving around. The best way to learn a language is to use it. Okay, it should be near the top, or it might have been kind of off to the side, not clipped together. Okay, and it has vowels on the right. Help your partner out. Communicative activities. Everyone has it? Okay, por favor, repiten A. Otra vez A. B. C. C. D. E. F. G. H. I. J. Get a little oomph in there. J. Bien. K. L. A. M. N. N. Dig down deep for that one. N. Okay, that little squiggle over the top, the tilde, gives that ñ sound. Okay, repiten otra vez. N. Muy bien. O. P. Q. R. R. That'll come. S. T. U. B. W. Let's try that one again. W. Otra vez. W. Bien. X. Y. Well, that's a tricky one. Let's try it again. Y. Ah, muy bien. Z. Okay, otra vez. Repiten. A. B. C. C. D. E. F. G. H. I. J. K. L. E. M. N. Ñ. Muy bien. O. P. Q. R. R. Muy bien, excelente. S. T. U. B. W. Muy bien. X. Y. Z. Excelente. Ahora vamos a cantar, ¿ok? Repiten, por favor. A, B, C, H, D, E, F. Bueno, un poco más lento, ¿ok? Repiten. A, B, C. Okay, I'll go first, then you guys can come, okay? Here's how it goes. A, B, C, H, D, E, F. A, B, C, H, D, E, F. Excelente, muy bien. Otra vez. A, B, C, H, D, E, F. A, B, C, H, D, E, F. Excelente, muy bien. G, H, I, J, K. G, H, I, J, K. Otra vez. Muy bien. Otra vez. G, H, I, J, K. G, H, I, J, K. Muy bien. L. Muy bien. A. This one we do together then. M, A, N, A, N, Y. And then I'll say O-P, real loud. So together. O-P. There we go. Let's try it again. L, A, M, A, N, Y. O-P. Oops, I was pointing wrong. Let's try it again. Okay? Otra vez. L, A, M. Oops, I know what we did. Repeat it otra vez. L, A, here we go. M, A, N, A, N, Y. O, P. There we go. Back to the top. We're not right here. Q, R, R, S, T. U, V, W, E, X. Otra vez. U, V, W, E, X. Y. Z. Bravo, excelente. Una vez más. Ok. A, B, C, H, D, E, F. A, B, C, H, D, E, F. Bravo. G, H, I, J, K. G, H, I, J, K. Muy bien. L. A, M, A, N, A, N, Y, O, P, Q, R, R, S, T. U, V, W, E, X. Z. Excelente, bravo, muy bien. Esta clase es muy inteligente, Esta clase es súper. Okay, ahora vamos a practicar un poquito. The vowels are the trickiest part because if you notice, I do have a pronunciation page as well. So if you want to grab that real quickly, and then we're going to practice, see how your ear, do some ear practice, okay? Because sometimes we'll be speaking with somebody and maybe we knew the word, but maybe they said it too fast. So if you could say, ¿Cómo se escribe? How do you write it? And that'll be in your key expressions here. If you say, ¿Cómo se escribe? And then they write it out for you or tell you how to write it and you write it, you go, oh, I knew that word. Shoot, you know, I had that one. So oftentimes, just by saying, knowing how to spell it, knowing this alphabet, how it sounds, you can see the word because maybe it'll be a word that looks like an English word and you can go from there. So sometimes understanding isn't so far away as we think. So our vowels are the tricky ones because they look, A is okay, A is A, like in yacht. But if you look at the E, it's pronounced A. So your E is A. That's what gets it a little tricky. And your I, what does that sound like? E. I know. So that's a little tricky. O is O, so that's the same. And then U is U. Okay, so repiten. A, E, I, O, U. Excelente, otra vez. A, E, I, O, U. Muy bien, okay. Okay, repiten todos. ¿Cómo se llama usted? Repiten. ¿Cómo se llama usted? ¿Cómo se llama usted? So this is saying, what is your name? This is the formal way. When you see usted, or sometimes it's abbreviated UD, it's like ud. Usted is you formal. Okay, so this is what you would be saying with the parents coming in. Also with the student for the first time when you're meeting them. Always kind of defer to the formal, and then they might say, oh, no, informal. And they'll tell you, but until then I would start with the formal, okay? So, ¿cómo se llama usted? Okay. And this will be in your key expressions as well, but if you'd like to write down, and it is on your communicative activities. Okay. ¿Cómo se llama usted? It's on the second page of your communicative activities, after the alphabet, after the vowel practice. Okay. ¿Cómo se llama usted y cómo se escribe su nombre? And how do you spell your name? Okay. That would be a great opener with your student when you're just meeting them or working with them. They'll have fun saying the alphabet to you, and maybe you can open up that way by if they laugh because you didn't get the letter right the first time, or they'll be impressed that you got it right the first time, or you'll have fun trying to learn the vowels of their names. And you'll notice that they have a very long name. So if you say, yeah, I want the whole name, you'll get the first name, the middle name, the father's last name, and the mother's last name, because you know the Hispanic names are often very long. So that might take some time getting to know them and writing their name. So I'll say it first, and then you repeat after me. Repiten. ¿Cómo se llama usted? ¿Cómo se escribe? Okay, otra vez. Se escribe. Muy bien. Su nombre. Okay. A key is to soften your R's a little bit. Instead of nombre, nombre, like a bre, almost like a D sound to it. Okay, so try again. Nombre. Okay, well, that sounded good. Okay, so you're going to ask your partner, ¿Cómo se llama usted? Y ¿Cómo se escribe tu nombre? And practice just your first names, you'll say with your partner. Practice spelling with the alphabet. You can have it next to you to use. Okay, so with your partner, ¿Cómo se llama? Y ¿Cómo se escribe? Okay, atención, por favor. Okay, atención, clase. Gracias. Okay, muy bien. I heard some great alphabets, some spelling out there. So that would be helpful if you're just meeting the student and you could say ¿Cómo te llamas? Or ¿Cómo se llama? This is the formal one. And they said their name, probably really fast. And if you said, oh, ¿Cómo se escribe? And they can do the alphabet with you to spell their name. Okay? The next on that same packet, reading through that paragraph, what I want to point out in this paragraph is our cognates. Cognates are words that look like English words, but they're Spanish words, and they are so helpful. In Spanish, I gave you a packet in there. There's a really thick packet of cognates. So helpful in any language that you're learning. Always look for those hints. And sometimes with my students, I'll give them a word and they'll twist it and make it harder than it was. Like pantalones, they'll say, it looks like pants, but they run with it and they make it into clothes hanger or something. Oh no, it's the obvious word that you're looking for, and sometimes, most often, it'll mean that. So always look for those cognates. They're your friends. So in that paragraph, see if you can pick out some words that are cognates to help you understand more or less what's going on in this paragraph. Okay? And that's kind of the level that we're at, is getting the gist right now. I mean, you'd have to take a week, month, year-long course to get every single detail, but right now let's just get the gist of that paragraph, okay? Okay, atención, por favor, clase. Okay, we have some brave volunteers. See if you understood more or less what the paragraph said as well. Okay, picking out the cognates or helpful words. What did you come up with?
Hi, my name is Mary Carmen. My friends are Isabel and Ricardo. I like school. The classes are not easy. The lessons are interesting. And the exams are difficult. I have 5 classes. Is it today?
Now I have mathematics, social studies, science, English, computers. My favorite class is science.
The professor is nice and very intelligent.
Excelente, bravo. Did you get more or less the same? I see some heads. Excellent.
Yeah.
More or less. You knew it was about school and some classes, interesting exams, something like that. So you knew it was a school setting. So look at how, having never seen some of those words before, you're able to understand the gist of what is going on. So those are the help of cognates. Always look for those, use them, embrace them. Okay? So now let's go to greetings. Again, a main goal, breaking down those barriers, being welcoming, helpful, and being able to greet them as they're coming into your classroom with Spanish-speaking students. It says greetings, saludos, in the front of your packet. ¿Todos tienen? Por favor, repitan. Okay, the best way is to get it to stick is to hear your own mouth saying it, hearing yourself say these new words. Okay, then you'll be able to work on the pronunciation as well. Okay, after me, repiten. Hola.
Hola.
Buenos días.
Buenos días.
Buenas tardes.
Buenas tardes.
Okay, soften that D a little bit. Buenas tardes.
Buenas tardes.
Perfecto. Buenas noches.
Buenas noches.
¿Cómo se llama usted?
¿Cómo se llama usted?
¿Cómo te llamas?
¿Cómo te llamas?
Okay, again, the formal and informal. Okay, that's what the FOR is, formal, and INF informal. Okay, you'll see that throughout the packet. My name is, repiten, mi nombre es.
Mi nombre es.
Me llamo.
Me llamo.
¿Cómo está usted?
¿Cómo está usted?
¿Cómo estás?
¿Cómo estás?
¿Y usted?
¿Y usted?
¿Y tú?
¿Y tú?
Okay, for I am, estoy. Repiten, estoy.
Estoy.
Fenomenal.
Fenomenal.
Muy bien.
Muy bien.
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 Mal.
Mal.
Más o menos.
Más o menos.
Okay, nice to meet you. Mucho gusto.
Mucho gusto.
Encantado
Encantado
de conocerle.
de conocerle.
Muy bien. That'll be very impressive. If you were to say that to a parent coming in or to a student coming in, encantado de conocerle, they'll be, wow, this person knows how to speak us.
Yeah, and they go on and we're like, that's all I know.
Okay? But mucho gusto is fun to say too. Let's try that one again. Mucho gusto.
Mucho gusto.
Okay? Always, if you were to hear mucho gusto, and now you guys get to know how to say something back. Instead of someone saying, nice to meet you, and you just say, sí, okay? We could say, same here, or nice to meet you too. So let's try this one. Igualmente.
Igualmente.
That one's a tricky one. Let's try to get your mouth around it. Igualmente.
Igualmente.
Bien. El gusto es mío.
El gusto es mío.
Otra vez. El gusto es mío.
El gusto es mío.
That's nice. Sounded good. Es un placer.
Es un placer.
Okay, bien. Any cognates in there that you can pick out in that last one? Placer, yeah. Sounds like it a little bit. Pleasure, placer. Repiten. Les presento a.
Les presento a.
Te presento a.
Te presento a.
Okay, and there's a cognate in there as well. Okay, I present to you, I introduce to you, okay? So you'll be using that also with your students, maybe introducing them to other teachers, okay, in the area, or the parents to other teachers in your school, okay? Les presento a, that would be the formal, te presento a, okay? Bien, so goodbyes, repiten adiós.
Adiós.
Hasta luego.
Hasta luego.
Hasta la mañana.
Hasta mañana.
Hasta la vista.
Hasta la vista.
No baby. Okay, por favor, no baby. Okay, no hasta la vista, baby. Gracias a Arnold Schwarzenegger. Okay, repiten, nos vemos.
Nos vemos.
On this one, it's really impressive, these last lines. Que le vaya bien.
Que le vaya bien.
Que te vaya bien.
Que te vaya bien.
Okay, excellent. That's a really nice thing to say. May all be well with you. May all go well. Okay. Another one I'm going to add too. Again, we want to be welcoming, but it's nice to impress once in a while too. And those will be some nice phrases. This one, you have to add que tenga buen día. Okay, and what do you think that's saying? You see dia, buen día, and it looks like buenos dias. Have a nice day. Buen, we saw before in buenos dias. Dia is the day. Tenga is have. Have a nice day. Tenga un buen día.
When a parent or adult calls a child papi, what does that mean?
Papi is a cute, it's coming from padre, papa, dad, and they'll call their dads papi, papito, little dad. Whenever you hear a ito at the end, it means it's a cute way of saying papito is like little daddy. So when they're calling their kids that, it's just a term of endearment, like little guy, little man. Yeah, exactly. So you hear that. They'll also use terms like gordito or gordita, which means chubby. But to them, that's a sign of health and a term of endearment as well. So I remember hearing that. Oh, well, you're looking chubby today, and like, oh, geez, that's real. And I heard them all call each other gorditas and gorditos, and I thought, wow, this is really. Or they'll sometimes say, wow, you're skinny, and they'll make fun of you being skinny too. So it goes both ways. But yeah, if you hear gordito, gordita, it's just like, hey, look. It's just a nice term. It's not derogatory at all. Okay? Mothers? Mamita, mami. Never heard mamacita. I think that was one of ours. We came up, mama, mami. Okay? Muy bien. Let's repeat that one. Repitan, que tenga un buen día. Okay, muy bien. Now we're going to put that into our own dialogue, okay? So we can practice with that a little bit. Here you have a mini dialogue here. Okay? And you're still in your activity packet. Should have made that a different color but our school doesn't have colored paper anymore. So we'll make it through. The mini dialogue, it has person A, person B, hello, hello. And you have this greeting sheet. So fill in and maybe be creative. Maybe step out of the hola, adios boxes and fill in one of your new greetings that you just learned tonight, okay? Okay. Bien, atención, por favor, clase. Okay, atención. Vamos a practicar el diálogo. Vamos a practicar un poquito. Okay, we're going to practice a little bit. So often, you start off conversations, you're just meeting someone, ¿cómo se llama? Okay, usted. So let's just go around and you can say, me llamo, repite, me llamo.
Me llamo.
Okay, and as you notice, those double L's sound like a Y. Me llamo. Another way to impress is instead of saying hola, me llamo, it's hola. The H's are silent. So try it. Hola.
Hola.
Me llamo.
Me llamo.
Okay, perfect. That is perfect pronunciation, okay? So I'm going to ask going around, just repeating it, hearing that. It takes oftentimes much repetition to make it stick. So just hearing, ¿cómo se llama usted? Me llamo. Okay, we'll just go around the room. Okay, and I'm left-handed, so I start always on my left. ¿Cómo se llama usted?
Can I say the same thing back to you?
Nope, you're going to say, my name is?
Oh, me llamo Rachel.
Me llamo Rachel. Or our other option on that thing was mi nombre es. Okay, my name is. Repiten, mi nombre es.
Mi nombre es.
Or me llamo.
Me llamo.
Either one. Okay, so I like to give options because if someone were to say, mi nombre es, and you go, oh, I didn't learn that. And you say, I don't know what they were saying at all, but they were saying their name, which you do know how to say. So by just making, a couple of different options, mi nombre es or me llamo, okay, you know more than you think. Okay, so ¿cómo se llama usted?
Mi nombre es Maribel.
Perfecto, perfecto, muy bien. ¿Cómo se llama usted?
Me llamo Rita.
Perfecto, muy bien. ¿Cómo se llama usted?
Mi nombre es Shelley.
Perfecto, muy bien. ¿Cómo se llama usted?
Me llamo Amy.
Excelente, bravo. Muy bien. ¿Cómo se llama usted, señora?
Me llamo Mary.
Perfecto, muy bien. ¿Cómo se llama usted? Sí. Ahora vamos a preguntar cómo está usted. ¿Cómo está usted? ¿Qué? Las opciones. Estoy fenomenal. Muy bien. Bien. Okay, so fenomenal. Muy bien. Bien. Mal. You can have muy mal. I didn't put it on there as an option for you, so hopefully it'll just all be mal. Hopefully it'll all be phenomenal, but only option is for mal. And then más o menos. Más o menos significa more or less. Okay, so it doesn't truly translate in English. I'm more or less, but you're saying like I'm more or less okay. So it's más o menos okay. Okay, so have your feeling, how you're feeling inside. We'll start in the back. Cristina, ¿cómo estás? Perdón, ¿cómo está usted, señora? ¿Cómo está usted? Okay, fenomenal. Okay, fenomenal, and that would be fine too, but let's practice our estoy. Estoy. So putting it together, estoy fenomenal. Estoy fenomenal. It's okay. You can look, yeah. Muy bien. Repiten todos, fenomenal.
Fenomenal.
Muy bien. Yeah, sounds like phenomenal. ¿Y cómo está usted, señora?
Estoy muy bien.
Excelente, bravo, me alegro. ¿Cómo es? No. Tengo una lista grande de emociones. Okay, I gave you some basic ones, but on this list we go a little more in depth, and there's some sensitive ones in there as well. It'll say emotions on the top. Nope, it'll be emotions. Emotions, las emociones. Okay. Okay. What I'd like to do is give you the basics, as we're going through. How are you? I am fine. My name is. But then using these handouts to expand that, to to broaden your vocabulary. I tailor these to educators, emotions that you might be hearing or dealing with in the school. And some are sensitive, as you're seeing on this list. Ashamed, confused, depressed, frustrated, guilty, hated, some of those things. And within the packet too, there's other expressions on what you would say back to someone who mentioned these emotions, okay? By doing the alphabet, by practicing our pronunciation, really that is the stepping stone for you to then take these expressions and be able to sound them out and pronounce them yourselves to be able to do it. Okay, so as you see, there's another way to say how do you feel? Como se siente, or como te sientes, or it seems that you are. Parece que está, parece que estás. Okay, just to practice with your pronunciation, I'd like you to just read this list of emotions. Okay, you have your alphabet there. You have how the vowels sound, and those are the key, really the key sounds that you're going to need. Are those vowels, those 5 vowels. Okay. When you see a /a, okay, a /a means that word can be either masculine or feminine. Okay. With Spanish, we said a couple of the big rules are there's formal and informal. Okay, being aware of that. Another big rule is that there's masculine and feminine nouns. Okay, every noun is masculine or feminine. Okay, and there's really no rhyme or reason. I think in German there's a little bit of a set reason which noun is masculine and which is feminine, but it doesn't matter who's, like pelo is masculine no matter if it's on a woman's head or not. Vestido for dress, the word for dress is masculine, even though women usually are the ones wearing them. So it doesn't matter what the noun is that it's just something you have to remember that, okay, this one's masculine, this one's feminine. We're not going to go too deep into that, but as you see the /a next to it, that A means it's for a girl, for a female, if you're talking to a female student. So if she'll say, estoy frustrada, I'm frustrated, okay, she'll put an A at the end because she's a girl, okay? So when you're asking, and again, it's not something that they're not going to understand what you're asking. If you say, ¿Cómo está usted? Or ¿Cómo estás? If you say, ¿Estás, are you frustrado? And she's a girl, she'll still understand what you're trying to say. So this is just something to be aware of to eventually adapt to. So try with your partner just real quickly, taking turns, going back through and see if just pronouncing the words. Are you able to get the sounds right? And if not, call me over. Okay, atención, clase. Hola, atención, por favor. Okay. Oh, you guys, I'm so proud of you all. As I'm going around, I'm hearing you all, really working and sounding it out, looking at your alphabet, looking at your vowel sheet, and really trying to get through. And then I'm hearing some things that I hadn't mentioned, and I'm sorry. Thinking of our background and maybe how long ago we've had Spanish or never had it at all. Some words that came up were when we were sounding it out. Which one were we working on, Christina? Was it? Oh yeah, parece. Parece. So looking at your vowels, and when you're thinking about spelling things out, sounding things out, the alphabet that you have, the A, B, when I spelled it like that, okay, that's phonetically, that's spelled to how your ear sees it. But when you're sounding things out, you don't have to pronounce it like the alphabet spelled out. Just like in English, when I write an alphabet, A, B, C, or a C, I'm trying to think of how it sounds to my ear. But when I'm writing out, if I'm spelling baby, or trying to pronounce baby, I don't say B-A-B, So just taking that initial sound like ba, babi would be in Spanish, babi. But so knowing that A is an A sound, pa, knowing that E is an A sound, pare, knowing that E is a sound, parece, parece, okay? And we won't get it all in one night. So truly, just that you're working on it is great, working on that pronunciation. Also, someone had said culpable. We're looking at that one. Okay. In English, we just say, we just stop at the ble, culpable, right? But it's ble because it's that A sound. That E is that A sound, right? So culpable. Okay. Culpable. Okay. Culpable. Okay. And as I was looking at the list, I didn't mean to have all these depressing words on this list. But I was thinking of emotions that you might see in the classroom if you're helping a student. I was kind of going from words that you may need to help. Okay. Keep that emotion sheet out. Okay, atención. Okay. We'll look at, I just want to show you the other words on that sheet just so you're aware of what is all in this packet. I know that sometimes you get a lot of things at a class and then you just file it away or look at it later. But I want you to really see what help there can be on these sheets for you, because we won't get to all of them tonight. There's a section right under the emotions of words of encouragement. Okay, so kind of getting past just hello, my name is, working with the new student. How do you feel? Okay, having these lists of how do you feel, showing that you're concerned about how they're feeling, or noticing if they're looking down, and then you can take it from there, finding someone, a Spanish-speaking aide or nurse in your school, to take it a step further if they're saying, I'm feeling hated, or I'm, one of these real serious emotions. But then the words of encouragement as you're helping the students, just going around, just a quick, qué bueno, repiten, qué bueno. Okay, that's great. Okay, that goes miles, as you know. Just saying that little word of encouragement and saying it in Spanish to them really goes far. Okay, buen trabajo. Okay, let's try that one again. Buen trabajo. Okay, maravillosa. Okay, let's try that one again. Maravillosa. Perfecto, excelente. Remember that double L is a Y sound. Maravillosa. Maravillosa. Okay, muy bien. Okay, you are smart. Repiten, eres inteligente. Muy bien. A cognate here. Fantástico. Muy bien. Buen hecho. Okay, remember the H's are silent, so you're just saying hecho. Hecho. Buen hecho. Me alegro. Okay, I'm happy for you. Me alegro. Estoy orgullosa. Okay, we're going to say because we're all women. So orgullosa. Okay, de ti. Okay, I'm proud of you. Of course you can do it. Claro que. Okay, that's saying of course. Claro que. Puedes. Okay, soften your D's a little bit. Puedes. Hacerlo. Muy bien, excelente. Good effort. Buen esfuerzo. Great potential. And there's a cognate for you. Gran potencial. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry, could you put an N in there between the E and the C? It should be potencial. Okay. Instead of potencial, it's potencial. Mm-hmm. Just like in English. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Repiten, progreso. Éxito. Conducta. Destacada. Muy bien. Okay. And on the bottom then are phrases to express concern. How is everything? Tell me about it. Is there a problem? Do you wish to talk to me? Everything is confidential. So I'll let you just look at those on your own time. Okay. Okay. But a lot of phrases here that you may need to use with your student. Did you have questions on it? Did you find one you're going to use? No. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. All right, now look at, sí, señora. Oh, sit down. Not in a polite way. Like, let's sit down. You want to say, sit down. Okay, sí, muy bien, siéntate. Okay, siéntate. Saying, this is te is like you. Sit yourself down is what you're saying. Okay, siéntate. I won't tell you the formal one because you wouldn't use that with the parent anyway. Okay, if you're telling a parent to come in, then you'd say, let's sit down. But if you're telling a kid to sit down, siéntate. Okay, por favor. I'll add the por favor. Okay, por favor. Okay, as usual, you get better response if you put a little please in there, right? Siéntate, por favor. Hopefully. Okay, siéntate, por favor. Sí, señora.
When we have words that have two vowels next to each other, how do you say those?
Okay, where are
Like,
you?
what do you think about it?
Okay.
Like, piensas?
Okay, piensas. Piensas. So you sound you sound the e like e,
Yeah.
and then the e,
Is a.
the I like e, p, n, sas. Okay, piensas.
So you just use both vowels.
Muy bien. Okay. Okay. I'd like to show you part 1. Okay, atención, por favor. Muy bien. Parte 1, parte 2. Parte 1, parte 2. Parte 1, part 1, part 2. Okay. And this is kind of an instant way for you to make sentences without really conjugating, which is a whole other ball game, which I don't know if we'll get to tonight. But part 1 and part 2, what you can do is the words on part 1 are what you would start out a sentence saying. Okay, part 2 is how you would finish. Okay, so by connecting the part 1 and part 2, you can make an appropriate sentence for what you'd like to say. So let's try one. We want to say, it's necessary. Es necesario. Okay, what do we think it's necessary to do? To be quiet. Oh. Well, then it's all alphabetical, so if we look at callarse. Oh, to be quiet. Yep, callarse. So there you go. To be quiet is in the B. Callarse. Okay, let's try it all together. Es necesario.
Es necesario.
Okay, so that's a cognate too. It's necessary. Necesario. Necesario. Let's do to be quiet. It's in the B's. Okay. Remember the double L is like a Y sound. So callarse. Callarse. Okay. All right. That's a great phrase right there. You could say it's necessary to be quiet right now. Es necesario callarse. Callarse. Sorry. Yep. Callarse. There you go. You got it. Okay. What I'd like you to do is each person take one from part 1, one from part 2, and make a sentence. You could write it right on your activity packet. So these part 1 and part 2, really, you can go a long way. I mean, with just the phrases that you had here. You can add, I didn't put a part 3, but part 3 could be the vocabulary that we used, part 1 and part 2. So you could say, es necesario, it's necessary. Cocinar, right, to cook, we learned, es necesario, cocinar. Then as you're learning more vocabulary, en la casa, in the house. Or es importante, it's important, escuchar, we heard escuchar, he said to listen. So es importante escuchar. There's part 1, part 2. It's important to hear or to listen to a la profesora, to the teacher. Okay? A la madre, mother. A la padre, or al papi. Okay? So all those things just connect, and little by little you'll be making these long sentences and understood, right? Right. Bien. Let's see. Okay. Oh my gosh, I see all your papers all over the place. I should have color coded. Okay. 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 Please look at your communicative activity sheet, your thing that we've been writing in the whole time. I'd like you to look at the back page, last page. Okay. Okay, it says inner circle, outer circle. Inner circle, outer circle. Last page of the communicative activities. Okay. There are some common questions with common answers. Okay. We're going to try to match them up. Okay. So, ¿cómo se llama usted? ¿Cómo se llama usted? Repiten, ¿cómo? ¿Se llama usted?
Se llama usted.
Okay. ¿Y qué significa en inglés? ¿Cómo se llama usted en inglés? ¿Qué es? Yeah, what is your name? Muy bien. Me llamo. Repiten, me llamo.
Me llamo.
¿Y cómo se dice me llamo en inglés? ¿Cómo se dice? My name. Muy bien. Repiten, ¿cómo está usted?
¿Cómo está usted?
¿Y qué significa cómo está usted en inglés? ¿Qué significa cómo está? How are you? Bien. Okay. These are in order, so we're not matching them up yet. Okay. Estoy mal. Estoy mal. Repiten, estoy mal.
Estoy mal.
Okay. ¿Y qué significa estoy mal en inglés? I'm bad. ¿Cuál es el problema? Repiten, ¿cuál es?
¿Cuál es
El problema.
el problema?
So let's soften your R's a little bit. Problema.
Problema.
Muy bien. Okay, excelente. ¿Qué significa en inglés? ¿Cuál es el problema? You haven't seen cuál before, but can you make... Yeah, exacto. Okay. You didn't see cuál before, but you can make that jump. You saw a problem in there, right? So putting it in a question, what is the problem? Okay, es looks like is. Okay, that's not a big leap for us to imagine that, right? El and las, those are all, el and las are the, when you see that, okay? So what is the problem? Muy bien. Repiten, tengo problemas.
Tengo problemas
Con mi familia.
con mi familia.
Things that are underlined are things that could change. Tengo problemas con mi esposo. ¿Sí? Tengo problema con mi papi. Tengo problemas con mi profesora. Tengo problemas con la televisión. You know, anything that you learn, those vocab words can fit right in there. I have problems with. Okay? ¿Cómo está todo? Repiten, ¿cómo está todo? Soften your D. Todo. These are sounds like TH sound. Todo. Okay? Bien, excelente. That sounded good. ¿Cómo está todo? Todo es todo. Todo. Familia, escuela, amigas, todo. Everything. So that's a nice thing to ask. Well, how is everything? Okay? ¿Cómo está todo? ¿Cómo está todo? Okay? How is everything? Todo está bien. Todo está bien. Everything's good. I underline that. What could another option be for good? For bien. What about fantástico? Muy bien. What's that F1? Phenomenal. What about mal? Así it's not used so much anymore, but más o menos. Bien. It's okay. ¿Qué? Repite, mucho gusto.
Mucho gusto.
¿Qué significa mucho gusto en inglés? Nice to meet you. Muy bien. Mucho gusto. And now you guys know that it's mucho gusto, not mucho gusto. Por favor, no mucho gusto. No más. You guys have passed that point. Okay? Mucho gusto. So proper response would be el gusto es mío. Repiten el gusto es mío. So it's saying you're repeating that gusto. The pleasure is mine. Mío, me. Coming from you. My. Nice to meet you. Pleasure is mine. Me entiende. Me entiende. Repite, me entiende. Let's try that again. Entiende. Okay, remember that I sounds like an E. Entiende. Okay, me entiende. Okay, yo hablo mucho rápido en español, mucho. ¿Me entiende? No te entiendo. Okay. ¿Me entiendes cuando hablo súper rápido? ¿Comprendes? No comprendo. ¿Ok? ¿Qué significa me entiende en inglés? ¿Me entiende? Do you understand me? Me, because that me is that me. So it's saying, do you understand me? ¿Me entiende? Version. So you could say that to a parent. Do you understand me? ¿Me entiende? And you could hear, sí, te entiendo. Te is you. Yes, I understand you. Or no te entiendo. Okay? Bien. ¿Cómo se dice house en español? ¿Cómo se dice house en español? ¿Qué significa en inglés esta frase? Ajá, muy bien. ¿Cómo se dice? Saying, how do you say? And that could go very far, guys. Let your Spanish speaking students teach you. You could go around all day. ¿Cómo se dice en español? Oh, marcador. Oh, marcador. ¿Cómo se dice en español? Teléfono. Oh, teléfono. ¿Cómo se dice en español? Papel. So as you're going through, you could say, ¿cómo se dice? ¿Cómo se dice? So all sorts of things. Make a list every day. See if you can find 5 new words a day that your students are teaching you. ¿Cómo se dice? ¿Sí? Oh, más despacio. It's going to be in your key expressions. Más despacio. Despacio. Más despacio is more slowly, please. More slow. Okay? Se dice casa is just saying you say house, casa. Okay? ¿Qué significa amigo en español? What is just that line saying? ¿Qué significa? Significa, that's a cognate in there. Take that out. What? ¿Qué is what? Signifies amigo in Spanish. It means, it signifies friend. Okay, significa friend. Okay, so ¿qué significa? That is another helpful phrase. You could say ¿qué significa? And use one of the words that they just said. Maybe if you think it's a naughty word that they just said, I heard someone wanting to know those. If you think it's a naughty word, you could say ¿qué significa? Blah, 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 whatever they said in español. Okay, what does it mean? Okay, and if they hear you starting to use the Spanish and asking them, they might think, oh boy, I wonder what else she knows. Okay? Okay? We could add that, say, S-E, say, ¿qué significa? I know what it means. You could say, say, ¿qué significa? I know what it means. Okay? ¿Cómo se escribe libro en español? What am I asking there? ¿Cómo se escribe libro en español? How do you spell book in Spanish? So escribe kind of looks like scribe, right? The old scribes writing everything down. So that's right. ¿Cómo se escribe libro en español? How do you say? L-E-B-R-O. ¿Ok? Bien. Yo tengo aquí unos papeles con todas las respuestas y también las preguntas. Preguntas y respuestas. Okay, I'm going to pass these out. You're going to try to find the person who has the answer to your question that makes the most sense. Should I let you use your papers? Yes. No. Wow, we're getting close to the end, and we didn't get to some of the things I'd wanted to tonight, but I think you have a really good start at seeing what is possible. Okay, what I'd like to do real quickly is look through the handouts that I did give you, and then I would like to have any questions that you have if you're one thing that you really want to know how to say. Okay, so we'll save a little time for that at the end. Okay, real quickly look, we have a family vocabulary packet. It has basic family members, the vocabulary. Okay. Basic school vocabulary. Okay. Jungle gym and seesaw, book, paper, pencil, classes, things like that. And then miscellaneous helpful vocabulary, days of the week, and then possessive adjectives, how to say it's mine, it's yours, it's so-and-so's, okay? So that's your vocabulary packet. One thing that will be very helpful, as I noticed some were asking, is the key expressions. Key expressions, it's called. Okay. This is saying like, excuse me, I'm sorry, please, thank you, more slowly, please, I don't understand. Key expressions. Another one too, I'm learning a little Spanish. I speak a little Spanish.
So when you say no, is it no?
No is no. Mhm. Thanks for your patience. Repeat, please. Okay? So all those are expressions. And now you know how to pronounce them. Gracias. Mhm.